What up guys, MBZ here, and I'm going to be doing my very first video game review on video. On video. Anyways, what game we're going to be reviewing? Well, we're going to be reviewing Kid Icarus Uprising on NES! For the 3DS. Anyway, because this is my first video game review, and because I don't have the best quality equipment for making videos and such, don't expect a lot, so, you know, there's other videos on the side you can scroll and look through, or wait, or is it this way? There's some videos there you can look up, because I'm not wanted, I get it. Well, if I continue making videos in the future and I get better quality equipment, then I might come back and review this game and redo it with better productions. Anyways, without further ado, let's review Kid Icarus Uprising for 3DS.
Kid Icarus Uprising, a game that is, well, a game. Of course, this game was made by the great Sakurai himself, also known as the god creator of Smash Brothers, and the Kirby series as well. Now, speaking of Smash Brothers, I didn't know who Pit was until I seen him in Brawl, and then he ended up being my main character. Kinda cool. But who was Pit? Pit originated from an NES game called Kid Icarus from 1986. The game was really confusing, it was hard for me, and in the end I just gave up on the game because I felt like it wasn't something I was gonna enjoy. However, then came Kid Icarus Uprising, a game that I immediately fell in love with and I knew was going to be good regardless. Shameful thing is, I didn't have a 3DS at the time, nor the game, so I was kinda missing out. Luckily, when I got a 3DS, my friend who owned the game was more than willing to let me use his game and make a file for myself, and play the game. When I played it, I was amazed. I couldn't believe what I was playing. It was so good, so wonderful, I had to get my own copy immediately. The game was outstanding. What made it so outstanding, you may ask? Well, we're here to find out in my MBZ Games Kid Icarus Uprising. Our story begins with Pit leaving Skyworld to, do stuff. But soon he finds out that Medusa, the main villain he defeated in the NES title Kid Icarus, has been resurrected! Now it's up to Pit to defeat her once again before she does, bad stuff. She wants to conduct her revenge of Palatine at Pit for stopping her before, but that's all I know on what her intentions really are. Pit battles in two different styles. There's air battle, and then there's land battle. Though I really want to talk more about land battle because that's where most of the gameplay is at. And air battle is a less complex version. You control Pit with the circle pad, and you aim with the bottom screen as well as changing your view. By holding down the trigger button, you're able to fire continuously. By tapping the circle pad on incoming attacks, you'll be able to dodge beautifully. By moving any other direction while in continuous fire, you'll be able to perform a dash continuous fire shot. Also, there's a function called the charge shot. By holding your fire, your reticle will change shape, allowing you to fire a powerful shot. These function no different than continuous fire, except they take time to charge up and conduct a powerful blast. There are more mechanics that this game offers, but I'm gonna stop there because there are tutorial videos you can watch in the game. I will say the mechanics and gameplay style of this game is just wonderful. The controls are smooth, and the gameplay is quite strategic. Before you start on your adventure, you're able to select a couple of options before playing the game. There's solo mode, vault mode, yes, together mode, and the options. Solo mode is mainly the mode that you'll be mostly attending to because you're a loner. Move out is basically the story mode. By selecting so, you'll be able to pick up to 9 chapters from this game, with each chapter containing different levels, enemy encounters, and items you can get. By selecting a chapter, you read about the Fiend's Cauldron. This is where you set the level intensity of the chapter you're going to be playing. The lower the intensity, the easier it's gonna be, but the less rewards you're gonna get. The higher the intensity, the harder it's gonna be, and the more rewards you're capable of getting. Depending on the intensity you choose will be the amount of hearts that you'll bet. Losing any time during your play of the chapter will cause you to lose all the hearts you've betted and lower down the intensity on its own, so be careful and choose wisely. Gear is where you're able to view and select the amount of powers and weapons that you collected throughout the game. Each weapon that you get from the game is going to be unique, whether it be the type of weapon that you've gotten or the attributes that it carries, and usually both. There are 9 different types of weapons that you're able to choose from here, with each category being different from the other some way or another, with each category containing different various weapons. Each category plays much different than the other categories. Starting off is the blade weapon. This weapon is very well balanced in projectile based and melee based. Projectile and melee deal relatively the same damage. Projectiles definitely travel pretty far and melee does pretty good damage. Next we have the staff weapon. The staff are this game's sniping weapon. They're able to shoot to far distances, but they're not so good on melee. The claws enable the player to move more faster than usual, although the projectiles are more limited than other types of weapons, but they're able to pull off faster combos. The bows are more projectile based than melee based. Their continuous fire isn't as fast as other weapons, but their projectiles are quite powerful, and their melees are decent. The palm fires stronger shots with greater homing ability and fires at a pretty far distance. Their melee isn't great, and their shots grow weaker the farther they travel. The club. The club, if used correctly, will be the bane of everyone else's existence. Not really kidding. The club doesn't contain continuous fire, but however, it contains a stronger charge shot. The club isn't really agile, but its melee attacks are tremendously powerful. The cannon shoots out more explosive projectiles than other weapons. The shots after hit cover a great range, though the distance is quite poor, but not bad. The melee performance isn't great, and its continuous fire isn't quite rapid. Next are the orbiters. They have a bit more better range, their shots are decently well, their melee isn't really great, but they're a pretty good weapon. Lastly, we have the arms. They're great in melee, good in projectiles, but in distance they're not so great, or good. But they sure do pack a punch. Depending on the weapon you wield will decide the gameplay you'll be playing, so choose wisely. If you're not choosing weapons, then you're definitely choosing powers. These guys will also decide the way you're going to be playing. There are various powers that will affect you in various ways, whether it be attack-wise, defensive-wise, mobile-wise, status-wise, and much more. The amount of powers you can carry will vary on this little board. Each power has a different shape and size that you'll be able to fit in this little board. Think of it as Tetris, except you're trying to fill the board all the way in order to carry as many powers as you can. This power I didn't get until really late in the game, basically after I beat it. Although I don't really use this power, I do love to do this.
Everybody supersonic racing, gotta keep your feet right on the ground. We're going supersonic racing, there's no time to look around.
Anyways, after playing through all 8 chapters, you're now down to the 9th and final chapter where...
So we finally meet again.
She's huge. Be careful.
Yep, the 9th and final chapter is where you finally duke it out with Medusa, along equipped with the 3 sacred treasures, which are basically super weapons that appeared in the NES title.
Darkness be made to face the light.
After defeating Medusa,
Her head is hideous.
yeah, no kidding. Ugh.
You did it.
Now that you finally defeated Medusa, she now turns to dust and goes with the wind. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Kid Icarus Uprising for the 3DS.
We did it.
Now wait just a second.
What?
Did you hear something?
I said wait just a second.
What's going on? Hello! Oh right, forgot about this.
The true master of the underworld.
Ladies and gents, I'd like you to meet Hades, the true villain of this game. To sum it all up on why you must defeat him, he's basically misusing his godly powers, and doing so causes improper balance in their world. Also the fact that he resurrected Medusa himself.
Especially for you.
Because of this plot twist, you're now added with 16 more chapters, leaving a total of 25 chapters to play through. Your main goal throughout these 16 new chapters is to take down Hades, though you'll mostly be sidetracked trying to maintain the world other than fighting against Hades. Even though there are times when he helps you, claiming it's for his own benefits. But soon you'll be able to go against Hades, and with the 3 sacred treasures on your side, nothing can stop you from defeating Hades once and for... Oh dear. And with the great sacred treasures on your side, which you can attain before the fight, nothing can stop you from defeating Hades once and for all. Oh, come on! But spoiler alert, you actually defeat Hades in the end, which leaves you the victor and the world at peace. And that's Kid Icarus Uprising, everybody. Whew, talk about a review. Didn't realize it would take this much effort. Anyways, I think it'd be a good time wrapping this up now. But before I do, let me quickly go over some things in this game that's worth mentioning. I will like to go a bit more into detail of the options I left out in the menu. Together mode is this game's multiplayer mode. You use your skills on going against your friends and complete random strangers in a team battle or a free-for-all. This mode is really fun to play in, and I'm really glad it's here. Now those who haven't tried this game before and feel like they're gonna have an uncomfortable time, shouldn't worry. In this game's options mode, you're able to head to the controls menu. Doing so will allow you to adjust and set the controls on the 3DS to fit your style. There are multiple ways on how you can play this game. I will say I explored and experimented with a couple of styles, and even though they didn't play exactly the way I preferred, I still had a comfortable time playing. This game also has a Street Pass function, where you choose a weapon from your inventory and make a copy of it, and then distribute it to people you Street Pass by. But there are a lot of stingy people out there, and all they ever give me is the first weapon that you get in the game. Really? The graphics in this game is outstanding. Well, for handheld standards. Wait, what am I saying? The graphics are outstanding no matter what it is! And the dialogues and voice acting it's just the best. I mean, honestly, never in my life have I ever played a video game where the commentary and voice acting were just so good. The voice actors brought out more color out of the characters than I'd imagine, and it is outstanding. And with some humor and fourth wall breaking, it's just the greatest to listen to.
Yeah, but this place is so huge. We even had a loading screen back there.
They're going to hear. We're supposed to talk about that.
After you beat the game once, you're able to lock the hidden options. Here you're able to change the menu theme and turn off the dialogue while you're playing the game. Now, why the heck would you want to do that? The dialogue's awesome! I love the huge fight. Not the fight you expect, but... yeah, this one. Just him arguing is just hilarious, and Pitt's confused face like, I don't know what to do now. It's just priceless. With all these great compliments, I can't say the same for the game's music. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the music pieces here are just terrible, but they're not something I like to jam to myself. To me, the music pieces seem kind of plain and only serve solely the purpose of background music. Now of course, that's what music pieces are meant for to begin with, but like voice acting, they're supposed to bring out more colors out of the current environment you're in. But the music doesn't seem to be bringing out those colors that I expect. Although the music is quite forgettable, they still carry out their purpose efficiently as background music. Even though most of the game's soundtrack isn't something I really like, if I had to choose, I'd definitely pick 2 soundtracks that I really love. And those are Boss Fight 2 and Chapter 6's Dark Pit. Yes, I am aware that I'm leaving out many other things in the game, but I don't want to continue dragging on only to review a couple of other minor things in the game I left out. Now, aside from all those minor things, now it's time to grade and see if I recommend this game to you guys. Now, my system of grading is going to be a bit different than probably other reviewers. From the scale of 0 to 50 on how much I would buy this game if I saw it mint condition, with 50 being yes, amazing, I pay full price, and 0 being not even worth my money. So, how much would I pay for this game? I would pay $50 for this game. Smooth controls, great graphics, excellent gameplay, and awesome voice acting. What is not to love about this game? Except for most of the music. But in all seriousness, I don't regret anything of paying $50 for this game, and I'm really happy that I got my own copy eventually. So if you have a 3DS and you're not playing Smash Brothers, then I highly recommend you get Kid Icarus Uprising. It is a fantastic game, you won't regret it. And as for you guys who viewed this video from beginning to end, I greatly appreciate it. It's awesome to know that people are willing to withstand my voice just to look at my review. So thank you all for watching, I greatly appreciate the support, and I hope to do more reviews in the future. See ya.
That's Sonic. It's Sonic!